He's just hanging out on the floor looking at me right now. He's so cute. It's a little tighter now. So I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and just get this resolved. How's it going? Welcome back to another vlog. I am in Henry's room with Henry playing just a little bit before grandma, my mom, their grandma, gets here to watch the boys. I'm going to head to an appointment in just a little bit, but I thought it would be fun to take you along for the next few days. It is Thursday, and so I'll take you along for the end of the work week here, heading into our weekend. I'm super excited for it. Come along for a few days in the life of a mom of two crazy little boys. Okay, so it is Friday now, but I wanted to give a little recap on my appointment yesterday. So this is kind of a taboo topic, just in the sense that it is not commonly talked about, although it should be. It shouldn't be taboo, but it's just one of those things that people don't want to talk about. Who wants to talk about hemorrhoids and fissures? But we're going to, okay, because it's part of life, and it's also part of, for a lot of women, their pregnancy and postpartum experience. So if you don't know or are new to this channel, I just had my second baby almost 6 months ago now. And since getting pregnant with my first, I have dealt with on and off issues. I wasn't sure if what we were dealing with was hemorrhoids or fissures. I was doing a lot of like self research and self medication to try to figure this out. So it started when I was second trimester with my first, and in about a week that resolved, and I did kind of some like diet changes to try to help. For the most part, that was fine for the rest of the pregnancy. My midwife thought that it was hemorrhoids, so I said, okay, let's just safely assume that. But then when I was postpartum, I dealt with a lot of pain. So I think that's where maybe the fissures were potentially introduced. I was not sure, just assuming, like I said. It was kind of fully resolved in about, I want to say I was dealing with it on and off for 10 months. It was fully resolved before I got pregnant again. The second time, did not deal with anything while I was pregnant the second time, but then once again being postpartum, again dealing with issues. So I said, you know what, let's go ahead and just get this resolved. You know, it's not worth living in pain. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and go ahead and go in person. So I booked an appointment with a gastroenterology place near me. I requested a female doctor, and they have, I think, 4 doctors in the practice, and only 1 is female. And so she had a really long wait list, and so they offered to have me seen by a nurse practitioner. I said, yes, sure, as long as she's a lady, I do not mind who I'm seen by. I waited a few months to have this appointment, but I went in and had the appointment, and it was confirmed, and it was just so validating too to have it confirmed, I feel like. But it was confirmed that I have a hemorrhoid and a fissure. So they did see both. And so I was prescribed a treatment for it. I just felt so validated that yes, there is something going on, and yes, there's a treatment for it. And so right now what we're doing is going to treat it for the next 2 months and then have a follow-up in 2 months to make sure that everything is resolved and good to go. But I want this to be the encouragement for other moms who might be dealing with the same thing, that you do not have to live in pain. Go ahead and book that appointment for yourself because you do not have to live in pain. Please do not live in pain. Today, this afternoon, we're going to go into Costco for just a tire rotation, but there's actually a wheel issue that I am getting resolved today, hopefully, which I'm super, super grateful for. A few years ago, my husband and I were actually driving out of town for a family funeral. And when we hit Reno, there was an incident near the airport in Reno on the highway where there was some kind of concrete slab in the road that my husband hit, and I saw it and he saw it, but it was so sudden that we weren't able to avoid it. We were both like, we saw it and then we ran over it. And so what happened is it blew out the front tire that it hit and the back tire that it hit. And while it did that, I believe the car bent both wheels. At the same time, we were able to like inch it to an exit and into a tire place. Thankfully, we got all new tires when that happened, and they did mention the wheels were bent, but we did not have the funds or cash on hand. Plus, we didn't know how much they were maybe trying to upsell us to replace the bent wheels as well, because it was a lot more to replace the tires and the wheels. We recently were told when we went in for just a regularly scheduled tire rotation at Costco that our wheels were very bent. So I don't know, maybe like time just made them worse, or maybe it was just the initial damage that was just worse than what we were told. And those bent tires that were front tire, back tire were placed on the front of my car during that rotation. And it just made, after that rotation, my car has been so loud and kind of bumpy on the highway. We're told that if we brought in our own wheels, that they would do the rotation and put on the wheels for like a very, very low fee. So we have 2 new wheels right now in my trunk. And so as we get the rotation done, they're hopefully just going to put our old tires on the new wheels, and we won't have to deal with the bent wheel situation. So this is literally a 5+ year procrastinated task that is happening today. So feels good. Literally just woke up for the day and look at what's outside. What? Okay, so the snow did eventually stop. I'm checking in from the boys' room, as you can probably tell. Snow did not last very long, but it has been chilly all weekend because it maybe snowed for another hour and a half. And then it turned into rain. We did today try to get in a few pictures for the boys. Every year around Easter, we actually do these Easter photos with a photographer who is local, and she does little mini sessions, and she usually has live like bunnies at those sessions, so they've been really cute. So we did one for Henry when he was just over 5 months, and then again the next year. And so we got really cute photos of him at both of those sessions, but unfortunately she did her session this year while we were out of town in Washington, D.C. So unfortunately we couldn't get this mini session in, but I really wanted to get some pictures of the boys together. My camera roll is littered of pictures of the boys, but we don't have really cute professional ones of them together. And so my friend has a super, super nice camera. She offered to come over this weekend. And so I'm hoping that we have a few just like frameable ones of the boys. Now that Lukas is 6 months, almost 6 months old, in a week he'll be 6 months. I can't believe how fast time flies. And Henry is 1.5 years. So hoping those turned out cute, but I'm going to spend the rest of this weekend making some sourdough and getting ready for Monday morning. unfortunately, this dough got way overproofed. It's not really holding its shape. I don't think I can bake that. I don't think it's gonna hold its shape, unfortunately. So I'll probably just start over today, and then instead of doing an overnight rise, just keep it like exactly at 7 hours, because the time frame is like 7 to 10, and I think that got 12. So I think we're just gonna be really strict about it and keep it exactly at 7 hours. Hi friends, so that takes us to the end of this vlog. Unfortunately, I was not able to save the sourdough situation. I saw a recipe that you can use overproofed sourdough in focaccia, but it didn't turn out super good. I think it was just really overproofed because, one, it was overproofed, but then I left it on the counter thinking, okay, I'll just get to this later, and then I got to it, like it was overproofed in the morning, and I didn't get to it until the evening. And so by that time, it was just pretty unusable. Tried to salvage it, was a bit of a fail for that. Lucas is rolling around on the floor. It is so cute. He is fully going from back to stomach now. He'll be 6 months in about a week or so. He doesn't fully have the strength to sit up on his own. He sits up okay, but then he like, you know, I guess he has the strength, but maybe not the balance, because then he just like goes forward, you know? So I'm trying to give him limited time or like little spurts of exercise time in this little bouncer where he can sit up, and he does pretty well. He's like a little bit wobbly, but he kind of just like wobbles like this and holds himself in it. So I think a few days of just doing that for like 20 minutes at a time will strengthen him pretty good. He's just hanging out on the floor looking at me right now. He's so cute. But he kind of like scooted on his back like all the way around in a circle, like laying on his back looking at the ceiling, and then he just like scooched in a circle, and then he like rolled over, and then he rolled back. He's just getting so mobile now. It's so sweet to see him grow. We've reached the end of this vlog. I want to thank you so much for watching it. It means so much to me that you did. If you liked it, if you could just give it a little thumbs up, that would mean so much to me and help grow my teeny tiny little channel one little like at a time. So thank you so much. As always, I cannot wait to see you on the next video. Bye friends.